gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's the Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
The NYPD has picked up 7 migrants charged in connection to a citywide cell phone theft ring, and they say arrests are now pending. Cops tell us that they used stolen mopeds to snatch more than 60 phones, to steal the information off them, and then to send them as far as South America. This was Romney Smith is in the...
Deport them now. They're snatching phones and sending them back home. Bruh, how are we allowing this robbery to occur in our country?
The Bronx for us in Morris Park, and Romney police are actually still looking for several more, including the ringleader here.
That's right. This is not over, and this is a busy operation. Police saying that this ring is going around stealing dozens of cell phones from unsuspecting people.
¿Qué dice de las acusaciones?
This is video of migrants in police custody following several arrests of individuals police say are involved in a cell phone stealing ring. The group is accused of stealing more than 60 cell phones from unsuspecting people in the Bronx, Manhattan, Queens, and Brooklyn. Most of the targeted victims are women whose phones are snatched from their hands. NYPD carrying out a raid at a Bronx apartment on Monday to make the 7 arrests. The suspected crime ring frustrating officials who say it's kind of like chasing a ghost since they have no pictures of them or criminal history. This morning, New York's Governor Kathy Hochul was on MSNBC.
They're literally dragging elderly women who won't give up their phones. I mean, these guys are animals. They're monsters. Why should we hide their faces? Why should we allow them to continue to live in our country? Deport them.
NBC's Morning Joe program saying that she wants to delay deportation for any migrant convicted of committing crime. Here's why.
I want them to go through the justice system. I want them to be prosecuted. I want them convicted. I want them to do time in jail, and then we deport them. Because if we just send them back to their home country, who knows whether there'll ever be any consequences for this act.
So she wants to have them serve time in prison, and American taxpayers pay for that. They're just trying to get them, because see, what'll happen is they do their time, and then these guys are going to slip through the cracks. We're probably going to have a prosecutor or a DA who is going to claim incompetence, but he's going to be doing it on purpose. And they're going to make sure after these guys do their time, they're going to release them back on the streets. And now, you know, some years down the line, they might, even with felonies, they might still be able to figure out a way to get these guys to vote. That's exactly what their end goal is, to get these people to vote. They're pushing that. If you just look it up, illegal aliens being able, having the right to vote. They're starting off with these EBT cards, and then they're going to slowly get them in and try and naturalize them. And that's why you have AOC begging to naturalize these citizens or these illegal aliens so that, they don't get deported. But these guys are bad guys, man. These guys are working with the cartel, working for the cartel. They're evil people. They're taking advantage of, the people in the United States, and it has to stop.
Now take a look at your screen. This is who NYPD says the cell phone theft ring leader is. 30-year-old Victor Parra, originally from...
So this is the leader. I mean, come on. These burrito gremlins are on demon time.
Victor Parra, originally from Venezuela. If you see him, you're asked to call police immediately. By the way, New York City's Mayor Eric Adams clarifying that he does not believe most of the asylum-seeking migrants are dangerous, violent people. However, he says...
Guess again. Most of these illegal aliens coming in are military-age men. You don't have that many women. You don't have that many children. I mean, I've seen videos of the camps, and it's a lot of dudes in there. So, yeah, they do have the potential to get violent. I think that they're sending their worst. And, you know, just like Trump said, they're not sending their best, and that's a fact. They're sending their worst.
Those that commit crimes need to be arrested. We are live in the Morris Park section of the Bronx. Romney Smith, News 4 New York.
Police say the victims are often women, like the one seen in this horrific video, being dragged by migrants on a moped. Police say it's one incident in a much larger phone-snatching criminal enterprise in which suspect Victor Parra sends out WhatsApp messages detailing what types of cell phones he's looking for.
These thieves would ride up behind their victims on the sidewalk, steal their property, and then make their getaway.
Chief Detective Joe Kenny says most of those taking part live in New York City's migrant shelter system and make hundreds of dollars per stolen phone. Several suspects involved were arrested Monday as law enforcement faces new challenges in this wave of migrant crime.
They're essentially ghost criminals. No criminal history.
Yep, exactly. That's the problem. And I genuinely don't understand how these people, these leftists, are pro illegal aliens. These people have no paper trails, no fingerprints, no DNA. We have no way to track them. I mean, and you're letting them in the country and trying to have them become U.S. citizens when we have no idea about their prior history in their origin country. These burrito gremlins are on demon time.
No photos, no cell phone, no social media. Sometimes we're even unclear on a name or a date of birth.
Another major arrest Monday of suspects involved in this video of New York City police officers assaulted in Times Square. The suspects, also migrants.
And remember, Mayor Eric Adams wants to give them $1,000 a month. He doesn't want to give New York citizens $1,000 a month, but he wants to give these illegal aliens $1,000 a month.
Were initially arrested and then set free without bail, to the shock of many.
And why are their faces being covered? They're not U.S. citizens. Who cares if their face is plastered? As a matter of fact, the citizens deserve to know who these savages are. It is absolutely ridiculous that we are protecting the anonymity of these illegal aliens. It's disgusting. The Democrats have gone too far. They really have.
A sanctuary city should not mean protecting criminals.
And a 2-week operation led by Immigration and Customs Enforcement that just wrapped up led to the arrest of 171 undocumented migrants with previous criminal charges and convictions. What former CBP...
Yeah, so 171 undocumented migrants, then that leaves 1, 2, 3, 20 more million to go.
head Mark Morgan calls the tip of the iceberg.
In the past 36 months, CBP has encountered over 90,000 criminals trying to illegally enter our border, including murderers, rapists, pedophiles, aggravated felons, and gang members.
Of course, the vast majority of migrants are not committing crimes
and
make the dangerous journey to get here out of fear and desperation. But their ability to be let...
Don't care. Send them back. Do it legally. I don't care. I don't care why you're leaving anymore. You've overstayed your welcome. Take your ass back home.
In and remain in the country is now at the center of debate in Washington and nationwide. I'm Christine Frizzell reporting.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's your boy Jenquavius Jackson, and y'all already know I'm demonetized and shadow banned in this bitch. So if you want to contribute, go to the Cash App, the PayPal, the GoFundMe, or join the Patreon. Also, don't forget to visit the merch store for all your favorite BGZM News 17 gear, including our exclusive Trump is a Blood t-shirt. Go fast before they sell out. They are already flying off the shelves, no cap. And remember, these super gremlins are on demon time.
Meanwhile, we've shown you this shocking video of a migrant moped gang dragging a woman down a New York City street. She crashes into a bike stand right there. She's lucky every bone in her body wasn't broken. They were trying to steal her purse and inside it her phone. And now we're learning these gangs on mopeds of migrants allegedly have hired hackers to access victims' bank accounts.
Wow. I mean, are you serious? All under Mayor Eric Adams and the Democrats' watch. These people are completely deranged, evil individuals who hate this country, hate Americans, and love seeing these things happen to American citizens. Bro, I'm sick of it. I am sick and tired of it.
The New York City Police Department saying, quote, they're getting into their Venmo, they're getting into their Zelle accounts, and they're using that money to make purchases. They will essentially clear out the accounts. Here with more is the president of New York City's Detective Endowment Association, Paul DiGiacomo. Paul, good morning to you.
Good morning to you. Thank you.
Okay, so this is a new wrinkle with the migrants. Some of them are actually forming little mobs. It's organized crime.
Absolutely. This is the organized crime. It's just like the mafia, but it's not a non-traditional organized crime group. And it's a continuing criminal enterprise. And this is something that has to be worked on a double prong with the NYPD and the federal government to really stop this syndicate.
Sure, but Paul, as we've seen in New York with those guys, those men and women who beat up the cops, they went before a judge. They just let them go. And unfortunately, if it's a small crime, they're not going to do any time.
Well, even if it's a big crime, they don't do crime any time at all.
Yeah, I mean, what's going to happen when these illegal alien super burrito gremlins kill somebody? Like they could have killed that 62-year-old woman. What's going to happen if they kill somebody? Are they going to be released? Let's be honest. They probably will.
You know, the reality is for 3 years now, we've been telling Albany that the bail reform laws are not working. And clearly they're not working because these individuals are out. You know, this law has to be changed to hold the criminal element accountable for their actions.
Yeah, and they passed those bail reform laws off of the back of George Floyd and criminal justice reform and defunding the police. Like I said, I don't see them going anywhere. We got a decade or two of those bail reform laws. You know, they're going to be here to stay.
Actions, and there must be consequences. And until we have consequences, crime will continue to go up.
Absolutely, because let's face it, Paul, they are a flight risk for the people who beat up the cop. You know, we can't find them. Cops can't find them anywhere.
Yeah.
And so that is a problem. Now, for people watching right now, help us out. I know that now that apparently these migrant mobsters, essentially on the mopeds, have figured a way to hire hackers to hack into your bank apps on your phone. How can we protect ourselves so that if they get our phone, they don't have our bank?
Well, it's very difficult to do. But I will say this, New York City detectives will apprehend these individuals. They will track them down, and they will bring them to justice. I hope that they bring it on a federal level, because if they bring it to the courts in Manhattan, nothing will be done. And that's the problem. This has to be an effort by the NYPD, the federal government, and we have to work hand in hand to make sure that these individuals are properly punished.
Yeah. But Paul, you've been watching the news. The federal government and the localities that are sanctuary cities, they're not working together. You know, they essentially let them into the country, and then they have carte blanche in many instances. Unfortunately, now they've gamed the system where they can rob people with impunity.
Well, we have task forces here in the NYPD that work with the FBI to combat these type of crimes, and I'm sure that we will. And it's better than it's going on a federal track, because at least the AUSAs will prosecute these cases. If it goes to Alvin Bragg, they'll be out within 10 minutes.
Oh, man, no kidding. All right. Paul, thank you very much. We know you guys are working on that. Thank you, sir.
So we're here for pattern 156. Essentially, it's about 62 cases right now, 7 boroughs, grand larceny, snatches, and robberies with homes taken, putting out essentially a hit for people to go do his dirty work to grab phones and stuff. So he's the big target. It's caused a lot of problems in New York City, and hopefully we'll grab him. We get some headway on this.
First of all, thanks a lot, guys. Listen, we saw what happened on the video, and we had 172,000 migrants, asylum seekers who are here, overwhelmingly Many of here just want the same thing all of our families want. For those who think they're going to come to our country, break our laws, assault our cops, that was not only assault on an individual, that was assault on our system of public safety. They're going to use organized method to commit crimes. It just can't happen, and it won't happen. Not in New York City. I'm the mayor of the city, or while you're in this police department. This is not about the migrants and asylum seekers. It's about those who break the law. Doesn't matter where you're from and where you came from. You break the law, you're going to feel the full weight of this department. So let's go get these guys.
All right, we're here.
It's not enough for me. It's not enough for me. I mean, it's just not. He seems like he doesn't care. A 62-year-old woman was robbed and assaulted. And the guys that they capture are just going to be, it's just going to be catch and release? Ridiculous.
Location in the Bronx. The gun violence team, along with the grand larceny team, just conducted a search warrant here. Migrants preying on vulnerable New Yorkers in New York City. Pattern 156. Over 60 victims committing crimes as robberies, grand larcenies, purse snatches. Guess what? This department, this agency is not going to tolerate that. We will find you. Anyone that commits any act of harm against one of our New Yorkers, we're going to find you, we're going to arrest you, we're going to bring you to justice. Fred, you got anything to say?
Nah, great job. Everything was handled, everybody left safe, and we put bad guys in jail.
Gang violence and other kind of violence. So it is what it is.